I have a problem. I have a growing list of games in my Steam account that are being added to my 100% completion folder. Today I'm going to walk you through my thoughts on the newest edition. I spent 36 hours 100%ing Marvel Rivals, which is a free-to-play game on the Steam store. So let's find out. Is it worth 100%ing in 2026? This is simply a review on 100%ing the Steam achievements and not on Marvel Rivals as a whole. I can't even tell you how many people and how frequently I've been told to jump on and play Marvel Rivals, but I know that it has been since at least day 2 of the release of this game. It's a 6v6 team-based hero shooter where you either fight simply for a kill total, king of the hill, or a moving objective that you're trying to escort to its final destination. My main reason for not wanting to play the game is that, in general, my experience with free-to-play games is that they're very dependent on microtransactions that give unfair advantages, and it could mean that I spend 4 hours grinding for something that someone else can just buy and get in 10 minutes. There are very few free-to-play games I play because of this. The reason I downloaded the game was because there were 6 of us struggling to figure out what game we could play together, so we picked this. I downloaded this whopping 120GB game, and I'm greeted by the various battle passes, which I minimize, and then I wait a few minutes for all the shaders to load so I can jump into a game. I then mistakenly went straight into a game without reading any of the heroes or their abilities, and I played Squirrel Girl at a recommendation. To my surprise, the game was enjoyable. It was smooth, there were a satisfying ding when you hit an enemy with an ability, and an even more satisfying noise and pop-up when you get a kill, only getting better and more hype as you work up to the Hexa-kill. As any game like this, it was hard at the start because I simply don't know what any of the heroes do, and I also didn't know who a lot of the heroes even were. And then later it also became an extra layer of confusing when more and more people had skins, making it even more confusing as to who was playing what. But I enjoyed it. It was fun. The games were short enough to be able to not be too invested if you lost, but long enough that I felt from the beginning that I wanted to get good momentum. There is currently, or perhaps there always is, a mode that is 18 vs 18, which I used for a lot of the achievements as it made many of them drastically easier than they looked at first glance. So now I'm going to go through my usual breakdown, but bear in mind that because the achievements are related to different heroes, these could change depending on the heroes you mesh better with. So what are the best achievements in the game, in my opinion? Rage Uncaged. A lot of the achievements make you simply hit multiple enemies with an ability or score a certain amount of KOs with an ability. The reason this one stands out to me is that Wolverine, in my opinion, just plays so differently to all other heroes that I played. I could very much have been playing him wrong, but I used him as a backline access assassin. In the 18 vs 18, I would jump into their backline, beat up and KO a bunch of Jeffs, get raged, and then ult into their DPS. Even though I have this listed as one of the best achievements, this was probably the hero I spent the most amount of time on because of how differently I felt like I had to play him. Bouncing Ideas. This achievement I liked a lot. It was super simple, but it led me to start playing Mr. Fantastic, who became my personal favorite character. I simply knocked this one out in one game of 18 vs 18, but then proceeded to mostly use this hero when going for the 100 victories, and when I play with my friends, this is my go-to pick. So what are the worst achievements in the game, in my opinion? Thumbs Up. This required me to actually look at another player's gameplay, and then for me to be humble enough to agree that the play they made was helpful. Since I played mostly with my own group of friends, this did take multiple games before I thought one of them deserved a thumbs up on their play. Smokescreen. This one I just found personally annoying. It was very hard to get this in the 18 vs 18 or in the 6v6, so I ended up having to go into the free-for-all games to get this one. It just required such precision on when you get the kill, as the smoke lasts for maybe 2 seconds, and so to get someone low enough to where you can finish them off in a 2-second window without killing them with the smoke did mean that I had to learn the damage values of the Punisher, and I just didn't really enjoy playing him too much. Bugs. I don't recall encountering any bugs at all during my time playing this game. Everything was fantastically smooth, clean, and just felt good. Final verdict. I played this game so far for 8 hours solo and 28 hours with a group of friends. There are quite a few different game modes. With a group of friends, I preferred the 6v6, as it let us coordinate ourselves without relying on other people. When playing solo, I would usually do the 18v18. There was also a 4-player co-op zombie mode, which was fun for 2 playthroughs, and then we were kinda done with that, but was worth playing at least once. This game is free to play, and I don't think that the microtransactions are super aggressive, although I did, upon every login, have to close a window telling me about skins that had been released. I really like first-person shooter games, and the gameplay for Marvel Rivals is just incredible. As said before, everything is just smooth, and more importantly, it feels good when you get a kill or even hit an enemy. I would absolutely recommend this game to anyone with enough space on their hard drive to install it. It took me almost 2 years to get involved, and I'm glad that I have experienced it. It is a free-to-play game that you can play for free without experiencing any pay-to-win moments. The 100% Steam achievements on this game really were just incredibly passive, and you get them for just playing the game. Some of them take a little more concentration, but none of them are out of your way. Final scores. Difficulty, 3 out of 10. Considering I played with friends in order to get all of the team-up achievements, and then the 18v18 for all of the hitting multiple people achievements, the only difficulty really was that it is entirely PvP. So sometimes there was some luck involved, but I also feel like this game is skill-based matchmaking, which both makes it a little easier and also a little harder to get some of them, but would not consider this a difficult 100% at all. Grind, 3 out of 10. There was only one achievement that I would consider a grind, and that would be the 100 victories. If you're playing this game just to 100% it, then I could see how this could be annoying if you get unlucky with your teams or if you go on like a loss streak. However, since I plan on continuing to play this game with friends, I just passively got this while having fun and wouldn't consider it a grind personally. Fun, 10 out of 10. Playing this game with a full group of friends was just incredible. Hours would pass by and we would still be having a blast. Playing with even just a few friends was still very good, but just not quite as hype. And then playing solo I found to be okay. This is absolutely a game that I would recommend to anyone, including my friends. That's my 100% completion review of Marvel Rivals. There will be more reviews to come. Like and subscribe if you're interested in game reviews from the perspective of someone trying to 100% them. Thanks much, and have a good day. Bye-bye.